Hello, Fisher-Price fans. It's me. Um, so I have decided to do something I like to call Battle of the Crib Soothers. So I'm hoping for this to be like a series where I put two crib soothers together and I guess battle them out with each other, and hopefully people will comment and say which one they like better so then we can figure out a top one. And I think I should start it with Fisher-Price's best contestants ever. The 1999 Peaceful Planet Aquarium, which is above, and the 2002 Ocean Wonders Aquarium. So these two were released 4 years apart. They're both ocean themed. They both have a similar effect, but they are different. And we're going to see which one tops. Right here, featured proudly, is the 1999 Peaceful Planet Aquarium. This is Fisher-Price's first ever electronic powered crib soother. Before this, all Fisher-Price did for productions was wind-up power. So this was obviously a big step for Fisher-Price. Ironically, this version takes 4 C batteries, while the 2002 version takes 4 D batteries. And on this version, like a couple of other versions of early crib soothers, it has an option to change out the light bulb, which is a bit weird because they kind of stopped doing this not long after making electronic crib soothers. The crib soother is actually smaller than I anticipated it to be. I expected this thing to be huge for the fact that it was the first one. But no, it's small and it's thin. The thinness, though, sadly shows its largest flaw, but I'll get into that in a moment. So on the side of it, there is 3 different buttons and switches. The top switch controls whether or not you want the projection part on, which sadly that does not work. Does not move, so I cannot do anything with that. But you can choose if you want it covered, on kind of curved, or on just straight up. The button there controls if you want it on or off. And then the volume one actually switches between the songs, so it has a couple nature sounds and I think 2 different musics. And then the volume dial is how you control the actual audio volume. Another flaw this crib soother had that I'd like to comment is that you can only have all the features on. There is no way to just have like just the music on or just the lights on. It has to be everything. So you are using all of its power no matter what. So all I have to do is press this button, and if I just turn up the volume, if you haven't figured out the major flaw in this soother yet, I will talk about it now. There was 2 magnets spinning on the inside. On the other side of the plastic ring where the fish are, there is also 2 magnets. This would power the spinny thing and make the fish move, and it would also power bubbles via those plastic things. Sadly, the magnets make contact with the water, which causes the whole thing to rust. The water rusted. Well, the rust makes the water turn orange, and it made it even turn orange in the projection part, which I will show best I can. It's just orange gunk. Just orange gunk. So, that was this crib soother's major flaw, and it's inevitable to happen. It's inevitable to avoid. It's gonna happen unless you manage to find one that was stored in perfect condition, which is very unlikely. Then you're gonna end up with this. So the possibility of repairing this soother, you should honestly just drain the water and deep clean it and replace the magnets. That's the best way to get it to work, but it cannot have water. So get rid of the water if you wanted to repair it. So essentially, the plastic rings would make the bubbles and the fish would move because of the plastic ring, but of course that does not work. Next up is the Fisher-Price Ocean Wonders Aquarium 2002. This is the first release for Ocean Wonders that Fisher-Price did for the crib soother. They released like 3 others. Currently I just have this one, so it's going to be the only contestant for Ocean Wonders besides the play yard one. Okay, so let's get into it. So sadly it is on my headboard. I'm not going to take it off because it's held to get on, so I'm going to try to show it the best I can. And I'm sorry the camera quality is a bit crappy, I'm on an iPad. So notably, this Crib Soother is thicker and bigger than the 1999 Peaceful Planet one. That's honestly because Fisher-Price fixed the issue that the 1999 model had. Essentially, they kept the bubble and the moving fish function without the rust effect. So essentially, the fish are powered by rubber belts with the motor, as well as the bubbles with a pump that are also connected to the motor. This has solved the rust issue. And so now these models, you can run them without the worry of rust. However, the water level still does drain, and honestly drains faster than the 1999 one, at least from my experience. But now let's talk about the features. So, the features of this aquarium are different than the 1999 one. This one has modes. The first mode with the 3 lines activates everything. The fish move, the bubbles move, the lights light up, and the music plays. The second mode is just lights and music. The fish and bubbles do not move. The last mode, which is just the one single line, is just music. So nothing is moving or lighting up. It's just music. The middle button switches between the audios. This one has 3 different songs and I think 3 different nature modes. And the last audio one is where it plays all 3 of the audios. It only plays for 5 minutes, which sucks. And then the dial is how you control the audio, so it works just the same as the 1999 version. Soother also introduced for the first time side activities. It was the first Soother I know of to do that, where if you pull on this, the starfish moves, and if you spin this, the clam opens and closes. So it was really cool side features as well. Now I'm going to turn the Soother on and show you guys it working so we can do the final selections. And I hope it decides to function properly. This ends episode 1 of Battle of the Crib Soothers. Please comment below which Crib Soother you think is better and should go on to the next level. I'll also try to make like a bracket board too, so then you guys can actually see like what will be competing.